So today we're going to talk about Matthew 18, 19, and 20. This says, "Again I say to you, if two of you agree on earth concerning anything that they ask, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven." Verse 20 says, "For where two or three are gathered in my name, I am there in the midst of them." Today, I just want to make it known that you have to assess who is in your midst. Because two or three or more are there, it does not mean that the Spirit of the living God is there. It does not mean that God is present. It does not mean that the presence of God is there. So we have to assess who's in the room. And a great takeaway for this is in Matthew 9 with the story of Jairus and Jairus' daughter. And if you remember, Jesus said to Jairus, "Your daughter is asleep." And people, when he got to Jairus' house, people were there mourning and weeping, and even mocked Jesus for saying that Jairus' daughter was just asleep. What Jesus said was so profound. He told them to get out. He told them to leave. Because guess what? There were a lot of people gathered, but they were gathered for the wrong reason. So we have to assess, are people gathering as spectators? Are people gathering as doubters? Are people gathering on one accord to believe with you that what you are praying for is going to happen? So we have to start assessing that. So the first thing that the verse in verse 19 says, that if two of you agree. So there needs to be some understanding and agreement happening about what you are seeking God for. The second thing in verse 20, it says, gathered in my name, because a lot of people could be gathered, but they're not gathered in the name of Jesus. They could be gathered in the name of another God. They could be gathering, again, to be spectators, to be mockers, to be scoffers. So you have to decide and assess the room to see why people are there, to see why they came to see about you, to see why they came to the prayer meeting, to see. So yes, you are reaching out to a lot of people to pray for you, but you need to assess if the person you are asking to pray with you and for you even believe in what you're praying for. So always do a quick assessment. Ask them if they have faith to believe that what you're praying for is something that God can do, because sometimes people need to build up their faith because at that time they have none. Just like you yourself have to build up faith because you might not even have faith in what you're asking God for. But we need people around who are on one accord and believing, especially if we want to see the manifest presence of God at work, and we want to see healing, we want to see revival, we want to see deliverance, we want to see people set free. We need people who are in agreement and have an understanding of who God is.